Hey there, so today we have another review and this is the time for a celebration. So this is Sierra Nevada Celebration. This was bottled just over a month ago. And you know, what should I say? This is the original American IPA. Brewed first in 1981. Man, is that many years ago. So that's literally like 40 years ago. So original recipe, let's check it out. So the beer is obviously Sierra Nevada. It's got a ton of crystal malt to it, so it's quite dark. Comes in this kind of like ruby color, more like amber. So yeah, almost leaning towards ruby. It comes in a medium amber color, quite nice, wonderful clarity on that, fluffy white head. I mean, you smell the crystal malt immediately. It's quite sweet. A little bit of like orange zest, or grapefruit zest, pine. Curious, but a lot of that kind of like just burnt sugar, crystal malt kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, this is an OG. It's bitter. It's clean. It's sweet. Sorry, excuse me. You got it nice and cold. So the first thing you notice is that it's piney, resiny up front. Anyway, it gets a little bit woodsy. Almost earthy, but not quite. And it's bitter on the back end. And cleans up quite dry. But that top layer underneath is malt. And underneath the malt is a little bit of sweetness, a little bit that kind of like, you know, just classic Sierra Nevada thread of that crystal malt that they use in like, you know, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, Torpedo. Quite nice, clean, just delicious IPA. Classic IPA, yeah. The one thing I notice about this beer is that it's very Christmassy. There's a lot of pine in this one, not all the way towards like spruce, but a little bit, like the tinge of it, just like a good amount of like spruce in there, like just like piney. The other thing I noticed is that, there's some sweetness impression. So the beer is just that bitter that the sweetness is not exploding on you, but you gotta have this fresh, you gotta store cold, otherwise that balance is gonna be completely destroyed. You lose the aromatics, this beer is gonna be very sweet and weirdly papery and bitter. Which is a good tasty beer. You know, it's one of those beers that like, yeah, you just drink, it's old school, you enjoy it, don't think about it, and just tasty. And honestly, this is not the first one I've had of this year. I actually had it out, we were at a bottle shop and like they allow for like, you know, to bottle a fee and like you get to enjoy one, and it's really tasty, like don't have to think about it, just nice and balanced. Balanced in the sense that like, I hate the word balance. So it's like, it is for sure bitter, but there's that like base sweetness that you can sort of see. I mean, you can see this beer. Let's grow some malt in here, come on. But, and up front now, as it warms up, you get that like, nice crunchy candy thing, like just crunching on caramelized sugar, but the pine sort of like plays with it quite well. And it's got a nice bitterness to it. It doesn't have too much residual sweetness, at least on the impression. So it's quite nice, yeah. I think the bitterness really does a good job in here. This for me, classic, delicious beer. I think a lot of people call this an outdated beer, but a beer that sort of is fun to have around, right? Like every year, just have your celebration. I think in the end, for me, like I would find this a little too cloying. You know, I feel like as it warms up, like, cloying or bitter for many people. As it warms up, you get the amplified flavors. You're not as numb, right? Your palate is now more, or you're getting more flavor out of it. So now it's more bitter. And then as this ages a little bit, it'll get a little sweeter, which is quite nice. So it's a very tasty beer. Let's get a 95. 95 this is a killer beer. Sierra Nevada Celebration. Need more beers like this. I mean, it's just stupid drinkable. It is the IPA and it's quite nice, well constructed. Cheers, later.